Many Jaguar Supercharged owners end up spending thousands trying to fix this problem. Here's why and how to avoid it.
Injector problems on your supercharged Jaguar or Land Rover engine? Well, I presume you've tuned into this video because yes, you probably do have problems, but if you don't, the likelihood is one day you probably will. Check this out. Okay, but first let's talk about the symptoms of a failed fuel injector on one of these vehicles. So ultimately it will misfire. It may misfire permanently, or it may misfire just sometimes. It may be an intermittent fault. So a misfire is then when one of the cylinders in the engine, one of the 6 if you're a V6 guy, or one of the 8 cylinders on a V8 if you're a V8 person, they're not firing, and that means you'll get reduced power. The engine will be a bit shaky, you'll feel the car shaking, and you will probably get an engine malfunction light on the dashboard, and there's a good chance it will even flash on and off if it's a misfire on a car. Combined with that, if the injector sticks shut, it means it's not injecting any fuel into your engine. You'll just get the previous symptoms that I've mentioned. However, they can stick open. That can be quite dramatic. Okay, I'm not sure if I've got any clips of one stuck open, because usually it's like, panic, switch it off. That is freaky. Look at that. I've never seen that before. This is a fouled injector. Flooded the exhaust. We've now repaired it and started it, but what?
Right, you may remember a couple of weeks ago we had an F-Type that filled the workshop up with smoke. It filled it up with smoke because it had an injector down. We now have the same vehicle, we're just completing and dealing with the exhaust, and if Alex removes his finger, we can see that the exhaust system is full of petrol. Oh my. Literally halfway up the pipe. This is neat petrol. Careful with your injectors, guys.
The reason being, when it sticks open, it's just absolutely spraying neat fuel into the engine, loads of it, and you're getting plumes of smoke out the exhaust, and it absolutely stinks of petrol, and yes, it's very flammable. Fire hazard, yes. You see loads of smoke in the back, get it in neutral, press and hold that stop start button, switch it off, coast to a safe place. Probably bear in mind, you know, you might need a fire extinguisher, you might want to call the fire brigade, but hopefully there's no fire. But yeah, you've literally got neat fuel spraying through your engine. Yeah, scary. I can't tell you a certain age or mileage to which they would fail, unfortunately. I wish I could, but I can't. It's completely sporadic. Now, we've had them fail on road test on us when we haven't done anything to do with them. We've had them fail on the dyno, we've had them fail out on customers, we've had them fail where the cars have been sat for a bit. We've got the XE Shocker, owned by Gary. You might have seen that on some of our videos. That's a V6. It's a 2016 car, so that's 9 years old this year, and it's done just 60,000 miles, fairly low. That's now starting to have an intermittent misfire, and it's down to the injectors. However, I've got my old Jaguar XFR 2009, so that's 16 years old this year, 115,000 miles, still on original injectors, absolutely fine. So, are the injectors failing a common fault? Well, here's this week's work. So, yeah, they are. So fuel injector problems could give you a very big, expensive bill on these cars, but not anymore, because we have the fix, a very cost-effective repair. See, at Raptor, we look after absolutely shitloads of these engines. Shitloads is an exact scientific unit of measurement, by the way. And we start to come across fuel injector problems. They fail, you go to replace them, and it seizes inside their engine, meaning you can't extract it. And take a look at all the corrosion on this. These are seized absolutely solid in the engine, and of course they're actually a very thin injector, mostly plastic, with a tiny bit of metal in there. So, you know, they're just going to snap at the thin point there. They're always going to snap if they seize in when you attempt to replace them, and that's what is happening to multiple technicians and garages all around the world. Now, there's a lot of chat online that the bonnet vents, or hood vents if you're from America land, they are responsible for the injectors failing. Let me clarify something. So the bonnet vents are not responsible for them failing, but they hinder you extracting them because, yes, they are made to let heat out and they do a little job of doing so, so they're good to have, but also they let water in, rainwater or water from washing your vehicle. And although they have an engine cover, and then they also have these kind of rubber foam covers here as well that all overlap each other, so you're not meant to get loads of water down into the injectors. Somehow it still manages to get a bit in there, and you still got condensation and things like that, and ultimately the injector and the cylinder heads corrode together. Now, the injectors are stainless steel, the cylinder heads are aluminium. That creates what's called a galvanic reaction, and it almost welds together. Yeah, that's why they're an absolute bugger to get out. So these injectors fail regardless. They're a precision instrument, okay? They are working at 150, even some up to 200 bar of fuel pressure going through that. That's a precision instrument, okay? So yes, any little discrepancy inside and they can stick, so I'd recommend using good fuel to aid them to not stick. Don't put the cheap stuff in it, okay? They tend to clag up pumps, injectors and other components more. And you can contact other injector removal service kind of people, because injectors seizing in an engine aren't exactly uncommon, but it's more common on diesel engines. Now, diesel engines tend to leak past the sealing washer, and then you get a load of buildup of black carbon, as well as probably rust, right? And that basically welds them in and is very difficult to extract. So you get injector removal service people, you get products to spray on there to break down the carbon, but this is different. These aren't covered in carbon, so any injector removal kind of aid or carbon breakdown or Mr. Muzzle oven cleaner that people say to use, it's not going to work on these. It's a different product we're trying to break down. Also, another fact is that diesel injectors are usually quite a meaty metal thing, that kind of thickness, and that gives us the ability to attach quite a meaty tool on there and pull it quite hard to extract it. Again, I've just shown you the size of these things. They're absolutely puny, and people try and pull them out and they snap. So we had to overcome this. We did find other places that supposedly would get these out without removing the cylinder heads. So yeah, these locate inside the cylinder heads of the engine, one per cylinder. And yeah, we did find people that would supposedly extract these for us. They wanted £500 labour per injector, plus tax. And then if you're to buy these injectors from Jaguar, they're £260 each, plus VAT. You do the maths on a V8, £4,000 of labour, just over £2,000 of fuel injectors, plus tax will give you a bill of over £7,000. Right, see, that's meant to save you all the time, effort, aggro and labour charge of the other way, the normal way of extracting something that's stuck in your cylinder head, which would be remove the engine's cylinder heads. You've got to get the engine out on most of these models, and then you've got to take all the ancillaries off it, all the timing chains off it. So, we've come up with a way where we can guarantee extraction of these fuel injectors for a set price without removing your cylinder heads. Sound good? Yeah. So, the car I'm featuring in this video is our very own Thirsty Kirsty, owned by Dustin. This car's been on a bunch of other videos, so by all means, if it looks cool, go check out our other videos. Here she is. Oh yes. Now, you may notice there's a big thing missing here for keen-eyed viewers. we've removed the supercharger. Now, you do not have to remove the supercharger to change the fuel injectors, don't worry about that. But this car has come in for fuel injectors. It's been tuned by us with pretty much our highest level of tune, whatever we've got to offer at the time, for over 30,000 miles now. Dustin, the owner, likes to kind of drive it like he stole it. And now it's due for a supercharger rebuild, which it's never had. We're going to replace loads of the plastic coolant pipes for upgraded aluminium ones. And of course we're going to change the injectors because it's developed a misfire, and it is down to these injectors. So how do we remove the injectors? So first stage is we soak them in our own product. Let's call it, I don't know, Raptor's Jungle Juice. Unfortunately, this isn't something I can ship out due to the nature of the product. So you can see it's pretty aggressive. I wouldn't dare risk having this leak in a parcel or something like that and burning through a postman's hand or whatever. I'm sure there's various legalities about shipping this kind of thing out. So unfortunately, before anybody asks, no, I can't send you any of our Raptor Jungle Juice. Official trade name pending there. No, it's not. But we'll soak them in that using a little syringe like this and put it down the injector holes. And then after they've soaked in, we get one of our tools to extract them. Now there's a few different levels of tooling we've got depending on how seized in they are. So level 1 is like, we'll see if they're not seized, just put the tool on it. Level 2 is, this is seized, we need to up the ante here. And our level 3 tool is, you will come out. I've seen online these tools, you can get them and they are specific for this injector. It's a slide hammer basically. Let's put this camera down to give me a free hand. So it's a slide hammer and it comes with a special kind of end, clip-on end if you like, that slots on specifically to this fuel injector. Let me grab one. I had one a minute ago, where's that old one gone? Well, I haven't found my fuel injector, but I found a cup of tea before it goes cold, so... Now, to be honest, it is cold. The fuel injector. Wally. Here it is. And that's what. So basically, you remove the O-ring on the end here, and then this clips to the end, and then you go pop, 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 and hopefully they come out. The reality is that's going to get these out if they're not seized in. And that's as far as I'd go if I were you as a general public or general repair garage. I wouldn't go any more than that, because if you don't snap them, we can guarantee extraction for a set price. If you do snap them, which people have bought them to as snapped, vehicles arrive on trailers and stuff like that, then you'd be paying us per hour to remove them. And once they're snapped, obviously the time needed is a bit more unforeseen. Yes, we can extract them even if you snap them. Without removing the cylinder head, so don't worry about that. So that's kind of the level 1 injector removal tool, if you like. Then we've got a little assistance tool as a bit of a level 1.5, should we call it? And that screws on the end of this one, and it gives us a lot more hammering action rather than this little dinker. Okay, so that's kind of our level 1 tool. And then the level 2 tool, which means you will come out, along with the product, we actually clamp onto the engine. It's like a heavy duty rig, and it keeps the injector steady, it pulls it almighty hard, and it also supports the injector at the same time. That usually pulls them out without them snapping. Stage 3 after that is we're actually fabricating onto the injector, which is like a little bit sacrificial, takes a bit more time, but again, that's guaranteed within the price, even if we have to do that. And we'd kind of have to do that same process if you guys snapped it as well. Actually have to fabricate on the injector and then pull it out like that. But this week alone, we've done 24 fuel injectors successfully without snapping them. Now, don't get me wrong, on the odd occasion, on us, they can even snap. But again, we still guarantee extraction for a set price, even if it snaps on us, not if it snaps on you. If you've already snapped it, that price goes out the window, I'm afraid. They kind of like remind me of darts, you know? Got the pointy bit and the wind tail at the end there. In fact, we could have a game of darts with them, couldn't we? Just need a oh, perfect target. Got more than 3 because I'm greedy. Go! So of course, once the injectors are back in, we use a magical thing that manufacturers don't seem to know about called grease. I know, it stops stuff seizing in and rusting. Miracle, I know. And it's not even expensive. Why don't they grease stuff when they assemble cars? Why? So yeah, we'll grease them up, and then, you know, if you ever have to work on the engine in the future, there's a much increased likelihood of successfully extracting them without any specialist services needed. Bogey. Pot of bogeys. Now, a lot of people are trying to like block up their bonnet vents or make little horrible flappy things over their engine cover, which just looks like vomit. No offense. And I know they're trying to sort of save their injectors, but again, the water ingress, the small amount you get, isn't responsible for them failing. They can fail anyway, but it's responsible or partially responsible to them seizing in. Okay, so by covering up your bonnet vents and making horrible duct tape flaps on your engine cover and stuff like that, you're not necessarily stopping your injectors from failing. These fuel injectors are £260 plus VAT from Jaguar Land Rover. But what you'll get inside the packet, let's not drop it, but what you'll get inside the packet is an injector by Bosch, because they supply Jaguar Land Rover with the original injectors. So instead, we buy them directly from Bosch at just under half the price. Okay, so you can save a lot of money on the injectors. You're saving over £100 per injector by buying it from us, for example. And then if you've got 6 or 8 of them, well, that's a massive saving. Well guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've found the video informative and interesting. If you'd like the prices and information of our injector removal service for the supercharged Jaguar Land Rover engines, please just do get in touch. Our email is info@raptorcustoms.com. Again, I'll put our details in the description to this vid. Thanks for watching, click subscribe and all that stuff. Yeah, tune into our weekly videos. We've got all sorts going on, lots of unique and bespoke projects and services. So hopefully I'll see you in a week for the next vid. I wonder what this tastes like. The Raptor Races is back. And that's what it's going to be. And this time we are taking it up a notch because we are at the legendary But.